This is role play with Tom. Hi Tom, how you going, buddy?
Oh, I'm good, Cam. How are you?
Good, mate. Good to see you here. Hey, you've started a new job, have you?
Oh, yeah, I started a new job at the mill.
Yeah, right. How's that going?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's
Right,
long hours.
real long hours, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
and shift work and things. Yeah.
Right. So it's going to be in the way of a bit of home life, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's sort of, we need the money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll do very well at the job anyway.
Hmm.
Um, how's Peter? Peter, he's going all right.
Yeah, Peter's going all right. He's day to day.
Yeah, right. Well, he's a great bloke. I really enjoy his company.
Yeah.
I like having him around. He's a good guy. Uh, he particularly he loves he loves spending his time with you. He's always talking about the good times he has. He
Yeah.
in particular he loves going to the basketball with you. You've been doing over, he says.
Yeah. Yeah, we enjoy the basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Get out of the house and beautiful. Um, so how's the family anyway? How's the structures? It's a bit difficult, is it?
Things are getting a bit difficult.
Jenny spends a bit of
Jenny's,
time by herself.
yeah, she
Or,
does, but I'm the only one bringing in the money, and
right.
yeah, it's a bit difficult sometimes.
How does she enjoy the time that she spends with Peter?
Oh, she fully does, but she gets a little bit frustrated at times.
Yeah, right.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, uh, just give us 2 seconds, Peter. I'll be just back in 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Tom, I thought there was someone around. I just wanted to make sure we're giving complete privacy. Uh, Tom, so Jenny, how does she go? Does she enjoy? She enjoy the time she has with Peter? Does she communicate much with you about that?
I suppose most of it. I suppose she tries, but she does lose it quite often with him.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
telling me some pretty horrific stories, but
Yeah.
look, before we go on, Peter, I just want to make sure that everything that we do and say here is completely uh, revolved around the Privacy Act of 1988. Uh, so everything is confidential. But look, I really should tell you that whatever if you speak to me about any abuse or anything like that, by law I do have to pass that information on. So just to make you aware of that, you're cool with that,
Yeah, I understand that.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so just so you know that because yeah, under law we're required to report any client abuse, and obviously Peter's the main uh, concern here. Um, along with you, Peter has the rights to basic human rights, um, and obviously not to live in any fear of being assaulted in any kind of way. So you have to continue.
Yeah, I'm happy to continue.
Beauty. Yeah, just because I've noticed being around the family a bit, as I really enjoy Peter's company, and you're a good bloke too. And I'm sure Jenny's lovely too, but I've got to tell you, I've witnessed that she can be quite aggressive around Peter, which is obviously a bit concerning. Um,
Sure.
I,
Yeah.
I even heard her call him spastic a couple of times, which I'm sure stresses you out a fair bit too.
Yeah, I've heard that many times before, and I walk on eggshells every time I'm around her. Sometimes she'll just snap, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, right. Well, there's a lot of types of domestic violence, and one of those types is coercive control, which seems to be going on,
Mm.
where Jenny's kind of intimidating uh, you and Peter. Um, whether she's being physically aggressive or just intimidating and making you guys feel like that she's in control the whole time.
Sure, and a fair bit of gaslighting too.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's look, it's really common. There's some pretty hardcore stats when it comes to domestic violence. So you're certainly not alone. I know we're here for Peter, but just so you know as well, Tom. In the year 2016, there was 370,000 men in Australia reported that there was abuse in the relationship, So please don't think that you're alone in this situation.
Okay.
Many cases obviously don't get reported as well for obvious reasons. So I'm really, really glad you're here. I'm really glad that you're keen to get it out to the
Well,
right people.
It's hard for a man sometimes, Cam.
But absolutely. So I totally understand that, and we'll work around that. We'll work with that. It actually happens that Queensland Police are actually called out to a domestic violence situation every 2 minutes, which is pretty full on.
That is pretty full on.
So a Domestic and Family Violence Act 2012 Act was passed in 2012, obviously, and the main thing that states is everyone has the right to live without fear and violence or any kind of abuse from anyone. So I'm really keen to make sure that you guys are feeling as safe as possible. Have you heard of protection orders?
I have come, yeah.
Okay, so you know protection orders are court orders made with conditions to prevent further domestic abuse or family violence occurring. So look, I'm really keen that you feel protected, but obviously our main priority is that Peter is protected and feels protected. So look, we might look down if you're interested in that to gain a protection order of some sort, and we can either do that through a lawyer or you can do that for yourself, or me being a community worker, I can well and truly help with that as well. If you wanted to go straight to the police and do it, you could do that, or we could I can help you with all those things as well.
No, well, we've got to protect Peter first and foremost.
Well, that's right. He's got to be our number one priority. You were saying that Jenny can get quite abusive. So it's a really tricky situation. So don't think for a second that I don't understand the obstacles that you are facing. That's very hard. So, but I'm here. I'm on your side. I'm certainly on Peter's side. As I said, he's a great guy. Deserves to live a great life. Is there any particular instances you'd like to let me know about?
Well, I came home one day, Cameron, and she literally, I swear down, she literally tied Peter to the bed.
Well, okay.
And then there's another incident where she pretty much kicked the cat through the window.
Well, okay, right. Well, it must be incredibly stressful. So let's work together to make things a little bit better. Hey.
Yeah.
We've got to put some, prioritise things. Obviously, Peter being number one. Look, with the cat, that's obviously very stressful as well. We may have to look through some safety avenues for the cat as well, whether that's putting it in the RSPCA, where they can feed it and sleep it and look after it in difficult times. You've told me earlier that you don't have many close friends or family associates these days. Jenny's kind of ostracised you from that.
Yeah, that's just definitely for sure.
Well, okay. Well, again, I'm really glad that you're here, and we will need to use quite a few services. Look, Jenny obviously needs a bit of help as well, so we've got to work out a way of maybe getting her to see a psychologist, seeing a few of the services we have to offer here at Cobra Kai. We will talk through that and find a good way of getting around that.
Yeah.
And little things, Tom, you might have to look at, just, I know it's very hard, but create an environment which is as safe as possible. Maybe putting sharp like weapons and stuff like that, which she may use. We may have to, put them in a place where she can't find them when you're not around. I know it's really hard, but look, we may really have to look down the avenue of getting a protection order.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we'll do that in the most easiest way that she can deal with as well, so we can work around that. Which is great. So look, we need to put some safety planning in order. Just get some procedures down to that we might be able to use to stay safe. Obviously, with Tom's disabilities, it's a bit hard for him to act on his own. Would that be right?
Oh, definitely. He definitely needs 24-hour care. You know?
Yeah, right. So, okay, right. So we're again using our services, and look, I know you've got a new job, but we may have to look at ways of having someone there when you're not there. There's a range of safety plans we can put forward, but obviously there are obstacles with Tom's situation, but we'll work on that.
Yeah.
Tom, I know this is all very much a lot to handle, but you've done the right thing coming here. You've done the right thing of making steps to make things better for yourself and for Peter. And look, we're going to put all the care we can in for Jenny as well, and hopefully make some better changes for the family.
That sounds good, Cam. I'm glad I came to speak to somebody, because it's often difficult for a man to speak out about this sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. That's great, mate. Listen, we will continue to work on this, and thanks very much for coming in.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Bye.